All right, guys, this is Kimbo with A Girl and a Glue Gun. We're gonna talk about the best way to weed vinyl. We're not weeding the garden, we're weeding vinyl. I can't keep any plants alive, not even fake ones, but I can weed like a champ. So I wanted to talk about the different ways to weed away the vinyl. So weeding away means pulling out all the parts of the vinyl that aren't part of your design. So you can see the inside of the F and the L, the little cursive, and then all these flowers. So the flowers are supposed to look like that. Now each person has their opinion of what works best, and it's totally, every way works. It's whatever your preference is. So try them all out and see which one that you like best. A lot of people really like tweezers. They like to get in there and grab and pull them up, and I don't really like them. They actually have tweezers that have little magnifying glasses on them. They're for, like getting splinters, seeing the splinter. So those are really nice if you're having a hard time seeing stuff. But that's not my personal favorite way to do it. Another person loves Exacto knives or utility knives. They are really nice. They can pull up. It's easy to get under there. I'm always just afraid that I'm going to cut myself. But they're really nice because sometimes the cutter won't cut through on like maybe little corners or little curves. So it's nice to have an Exacto knife to be able to slice through. But if you're going to be using an Exacto knife, it's probably best that you cut or you're weeding underneath like a cutting mat, so you can use that a little bit easier without having to worry about your surface underneath. Now my blog friend loves a straight pin, and I am not a huge fan. I like something a little bit more sturdy, but it is really nice if you can't find your weeding tool. Guess what? You can buy a package of 100 for like $1. So that's really nice. They're really cheap and inexpensive if you want to try that one. And then my personal way, my favorite way, is the Caesar tool. I got it at expressvinyl.com. It's got a little bit of a curve to it, and this is it's not padded, but it's nice. I love it, and it's kind of heavy duty. So I love it because the curve makes it so you can just kind of pop them up real fast. So that's my personal way, and it's sharp enough that it gets it really easy, but I don't really have to worry about, stabbing myself, because I'm sure I will, and I'm sure it will hurt. So those are the ways that I've seen of how to weed tools. Now, when you're weeding, I let my husband, he wanted to weed a piece of vinyl one time, and to this day, I still have little red pieces of vinyl stuck all over to my rug, because as he was weeding, he was just letting them drop, and it was driving me crazy. So I wanted to talk about, I like using a Kleenex box, just a small one. So as I weed, I just wipe them off into there. See? Slide it off into the Kleenex box. It just makes it super nice, and then guess what? You can throw that whole box away once it's full. You can see how much trash I have in there too. So it's really nice to have. On the Expressions Vinyl Facebook page, they shared this great tip. Like if you have a scrap piece of vinyl, you can take off the backing, and then you can fold under the sides and stick it to your surface. Make sure you guys can see that. And then as you're weeding, it just sticks right to that. See? So that makes it really nice. All your stickiness is contained. So I thought that was a really cool tip. Let me think. Another thing that I really like to use is my Aught Light. I don't know if you guys have tried them. I've always thought that they were just purely for sewing. And then I got sent one, and guys, it was like life-changing, like light bulb. Like I was trying to weed all this stuff. I'm a midnight crafter. I like to craft after my kids are in bed, So it's really dark, and so I'm trying to weed this horrible weeding job. I can't believe I cut it. It was so intricate. And then I got my Aught Light. Look, I pulled it down for you. But guess what? It's got this magnifying part of it. It's got a light so you can see. Let me make sure you guys can see this in the video. So it made it so nice. I couldn't believe, I was kind of like, where has this been my whole weeding life? It was amazing. So that's really cool. I'll leave a link for the Aught Light too. The awesome part about this Aught Light is that it has a clip, it has another overhead light, and then it has a clip so you can actually clip up your project that you're working on. Because if I'm weeding something super intricate, sometimes you kind of forget what parts you're supposed to be weeding and what parts you're supposed to be leaving. So I like to print up, this was the intricate job I was doing. It was a coloring bag. You can see how many stinking little lines. So I printed it up because I wanted to be able to look at it and know which parts that I was supposed to be taking the vinyl off of and which parts were supposed to be staying. So I love that I could just clip it right up to my outline. It made it really nice. So leave me any comments or questions if you guys have any cool weeding tips or tricks or tools that you like to use, because I'm always open for new fun ideas and you know, vinyl hacks. So let me know. Thanks, guys.